Hey, and I don't be know what I'm about to talk about before I talk about it. But one little piece of something been on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And I just got out the shower. I still got to talk about this here because it was on my mind while I was in the shower. And it kind of like something I noticed about the world for real. I just like trying to wrap my mind around why or how come leaders don't have the leverage to learn or the leverage to make mistakes sometimes when they're coming to a better insight of something. Say they may have a perspective on something and they speak on something, right? And if say the information may not totally be accurate or may not be applicable to every circumstance, then you take that one little fragment of misinformation, should I say, or miseducation, and you totally discredit that person from being a leader. Now, a person take the confidence enough to, take up the responsibility in whatever sense, to lead. You know what I'm saying? Or just to try to bring about revision based off of their knowledge at the time. But they're still human and they're still growing and they're still coming to a better, form of knowledge. But I've watched some people get ridiculed, man. Some people get slandered, man, because, they're human, bro, and they just learning. You know what I'm saying? For making some type of mistake, or I guess voicing their opinion on something that may not be applicable to everybody or every circumstance. Like the aspect of a person, say this, all right, I'm a parent, right? But I ain't fit to be a parent because I'm locked up in prison, right? Or because I'm locked up in prison, I ain't fit to be a parent. Or like, you take my title of being a parent, I'm no longer a parent because I'm in prison. You know what I'm saying? But God called me to be a parent, right? And I still got to learn and come to the knowledge thereof of being a parent. Or being able to apply myself in parenthood. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know everything. And shoot, my co-parents, far as my child's mothers don't know everything. I'm not gonna take away from them because they don't know everything about being a parent. I'm not gonna take away from them and say they ain't no parent. You know what I'm saying? Like a person being a doctor. Let's say this doctor don't know everything about being a doctor, but they got to some point of being able to doctor or give some form of doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And say that doctor may, give some misinformation on something, man, that doctor is still learning, man. That doctor is still human. It's like, when people still got to realize that, just because someone takes up a title of something, doesn't mean they ain't gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's like with presidents. I'm personally, when it comes down to saying I'm gonna pick or choose who's going to lead me in any type of way, I'm not gonna give my input on that. But I'm going to say, if a person chooses to take courage to stand before a body of people that may not carry the same terminology, beliefs, understanding, None of that. But that person takes up the courage thereof um, to intercede or be an advocate thereof for whoever the individual or the body of people are. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that person makes a fragment of a mistake, man, the persecution is real. Oh man, like, when will you realize that we're all growing out of ignorance? When will you realize that, you know, ain't nobody gonna do nothing perfect. You know, you got to know how to give good counsel thereof. So if the person doesn't know or doesn't have a full knowledge on a certain specific area, and their point of discretion may be in a deficiency in some area, it's not for you to sit there and deny the person the edification thereof, and you just up and choose to, you know, bash that person and totally displace or demote that person thereof. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, man, you got to know how to come together in that council. Say, hey, man, you may be in error in this right here, blase squaze. You know, you may be in error in this area, and you know, us as a consensus or a body of people feel like, you know, this is a better point of rationalizing or applying the proper discretion in that area. And it's totally up to that person, whoever the leader is, to consider, right? And digest the information to a point of revision or to stand corrected. Now I can understand if a person totally denies all points of rationality, if you give it in appropriate way or give some type of that point of revision, or you apply some type of edification in that way, and it's denied by the leader, then yeah, I mean, the persecution in a sense is deserving. You know what I'm saying? But for a person who's just coming to know, like, you know, I watch, what's the lady name? Dr. Bryant, maybe? I watch a couple things about Dr. Bryant that people just, you know, they may slander the female for her upbringing and her just coming up, of gaining the knowledge thereof, you know, and, you know, her point of rationality may not be applicable to everyone right now, you know what I'm saying? But she's still developing, just like everyone else, you know? Not to say that her insight or her knowledge won't be greater tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Now, the slander and ridicule and all that, I find inappropriate. You know, I find, you know, the smear campaign to be kind of like out of place when it comes to that. You know, I can see if the female just totally denies the knowledge thereof, if the education was even brought appropriately, but she was never given that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of leaders aren't given the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the world totally condemns them soon as they're in error of something. And it's like you people don't leave leverage for a person to grow or to come to a better knowledge thereof. You know what I'm saying? And then it totally makes it hard for you, those who are cowards, to step up. You know what I'm saying? Because you already fear how the world is going to condemn you. And you may possess the right knowledge for individuals. You know what I'm saying? But you, along with the party of the smear campaign, are too cowardly to step up because you fear the persecution that's going to come if you make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to say something about that because I'm like, man, you know, like, do you not forget that you're growing out of the ignorance? Do you not forget that you know, you at a point of not knowing? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, don't miss that beat, man. Don't exempt yourself from that as if you haven't come from the same point, you know what I'm saying, or come to the same point of revision. You know what I mean? Allow people to grow, man. Allow people to grow. You know what I mean? Allow that, you know. Everybody ain't gonna get it right all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? But the leaders that we do have, you know what I mean, that are trying to set out to set forth good health in the community or just towards people, you know, you support them type of people, bro. Like, God gives you those people who have, you know, taken up the courage thereof just to stand before ignorance for real. We gonna be straight, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of courage to stand before ignorance, you know what I'm saying? To just shed light in an area that it may not be, you know, have the full knowledge thereof in that area, but to still take the courage to step up, man. I salute that, me personally. But that's enough, man. That's all I got to say about that, man. You just live and let live, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Allow people to leverage to grow, bro. I love y'all, bro.